Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, we successfully created our view page, that means the student registration list page, and also that is our add student, right? So into the add student, as I told you friend, here we have to add multiple field. Here we have to add some of the field into the user table. If better I go to the structure, and here there is a lot of the field we have to now insert, and there is also we have to insert some of the data in our assigned, that means the assigned student table. And that is also some we have to insert some of the data in our here, okay, that means the discount table, that means the discount students table. So first of all, I want to design this our page, okay, that is our page, that is our add page, right? So first of all, that is our add page, that is a student view. Right now we don't need this. There is our sidebar also we don't need this. I close it. So now into the student view, that means in our student register folder, that is our student add blade, okay. So I want to do here I want to actually add one of the row, and I want to segment it with the 3, then actually it should be better because multiple field we have to add. So don't worry, step by step I will show you. Like that is our group, okay, so that is our group. And also here we don't need any validation. If you want to add any validation, I think you already know what exactly the things you have to do. So I want to make it as a simple, so that is our first name, okay. So I want to add one of the row, that means I take one of the div and I put one of the row, that means the class will be as a bootstrap class as a row, and also I take another one as a div and I put another class, this class will be as a call md4, okay. I make it as md and then 4, perfect. And also I want to put some of the note for you, then it will be helpful. There's a and row, this div actually the and row, and this div as a and call md4, right? So now I put some of the note for you, that will be 1, and that will be our another one, and that will be I put also as a fast one, okay, that is actually our fast, because here we have to add multiple row. I make it as a fast or fast, okay, that will be as a fast row and fast row. So perfect, so that is actually our first one. I copy it, and here that is actually our name. Now I take this our total form group, I cut it from to this position, and then in our first row here I paste it, okay, I simply paste it. So that is actually our and one. So note actually very much helpful, one of the things, okay, better I put some of the space for you. So that is our first row. I take another div, I copy it, and then I paste it, and also I take another one, I paste it, okay, and that is actually our first row, and perfect. So that is actually our 1, that is a 2, and that is our call 4. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go there, click as a refresh, yeah, perfect. So that is our 3 field, right? So now first of all I want to update it. First of all, here it will be as a student name, that means our user table, that will be our this name, okay. So now I want to do that will be as a student, our first one will be as a student name, okay. I make it as a student name. Our type will be as a text type, I name it as a name, okay. So that means appropriate our database field names, as I told you, where every time actually prefer to use that same name, then it should be actually helpful to you. So I make it as a name, and then I want to take it as a father's name, okay, father's name. So for the father's name, I have already created this field in our user table. Our field name, I take it as a father's name as a f name, right? So I make that field name will be as a f name, and that will be as a mother's name, that will be as a mother's name. And for the mother's name, I also want to make it as a mother's name, okay. I make it simple, that will be as a name as a mother's name. And I have already delected that validation. Better I want to add this field as a required, okay. I make it as a required. Also this field I want to make it as a required, and also this field I want to make it as a required. I have already discussed about that validation system. I think you already know how you can validate it. Okay, so I have simply added 3 of this field. That is our student name, that is our father's name, and that is our mother's name. Okay, so now I take another row. You can see that is our first row. Better I copy that total first row. That is our first row started. I copy it. So you can see how much helpful to use that comment. Then actually it's very easy. So now I want to take another row. Okay, I paste it. So that will be our second. So I want to do that is actually our first one. That is our first one, and this first one, that is our another one. So I make it as a second. Okay, second row. And also that is actually the 3 field, and that will be as a and second row. Okay, that will be as a and second row. Now click as a save all. Now go there, refresh it. Yeah, there is another one is added, right? So now that will be our mobile number, address, and the gender. So that will be as a mobile number. So first of all, our first field, that will be as a mobile number or mobile. Okay, I make it as a mobile, and then number. Mobile number, our field name will be as a mobile, and that will be also as a required. That will be as a type, will be as a text type, and then there is another one as a address. So I copy it. You can also take it as a text area. So right now it's okay with me. I make it as a address. That will be as a address, and our field name as a appropriately I use always as a our database field name as a address, and that is also as a required. And then I take another one. As a gender, right? So that will be as a gender. So I name it. So that will be actually not input type. It will be as one of the select from, right? So better I name it as a gender. Okay, that will be as a gender. So for the gender, that as I told you, it will be not as an input field. I have already used this type of things in our user, maybe into the user folder. If you go to edit user profile, here I have used this gender. You can use it. Right now I don't make you confused. I want to go to the user, add user. Into the add user also I have created in a previous video. You can see there is a user roles, right? So now I only need this select form. I copy this select form. After that, controllers, that is our select form. I copy it, and now in our students, so there is a controllers, and after this I simply paste it. Okay, that will be as one of the select form. So our name will be, I name it as a gender. Okay, I name it as a gender. I put that ID. You can also remove it. It doesn't matter anything. And then that will be as a select gender. That will be a select gender, and gender will be as a male, and then female. Right, that will be as a male, and the female, or value will be as a male, and value will be as a female. Perfect. So perfect. So now if you click as a save all, now go there, refresh it. So that is a mobile number, that is our address, and that is our gender, right? And also if you submit it, yeah, our required field is working, and there is a male and the female. And also after that I want to take that as a religion will be needed, date of birth will be needed, right? And also I want to do that is another field, and there is a discount field also I want to add. Okay, so I want to also add that discount field. That means the religion will be also one of the select form. Better I want to copy our total and row 2. That is our row 2 started. I copy it, and after this I paste it. Okay, so right now I updated our comment. That will be as a third. Okay, that will be as a third row, and then also and to finish it, that will be as a and third row, right? So first of all I want to better that is our call for, I copy it or cut it. Okay, I cut it from to this position. So our first will be one of the select from. Okay, so I simply paste it. There is a second one, that is our third one, and that is our and row. Okay, perfect. So now I want to add that will be as a, not that gender, it will be as a religion. Religion. Okay, religion, and then our religion field name as a religion. I want to use it. That will be as a religion, and for the religion it will be as a select religion, and I chose 3 of these right now. That will be as a Muslim or Islam. I make it as Islam. Another will be as a Hindu. Okay, so that will be Hindu, and then another will be as a Christian. Okay, that will be as a Christian. So this type of name I updated that value Hindu, and also it will be updated that value as Islam. Perfect. Okay friend, I check it, click the save all. Now go there, click the refresh. Yeah, perfect. You can see there is another one, religion as Islam, Hindu, and the Christian. And then here I want to use that our date of birth. So date of birth will be as a date of one of the type will be as a date, right? So now I make it changes. I make it as a date of birth. Date of birth will be obviously as a date format, and our name for the date of birth, our name is at a DOB, right? So I copy it. That will be as a DOB. Perfect. And also it's required. So type is the date format. So after that, there is actually another one, and that will be as a discount. I make it name as a discount. Okay, that will be as a discount name, and our field name. That is actually discount. So I use that name as a discount. I copy it. That will be as a discount. Okay, that will be as a discount name, and that is perfect. So now let's check this out. If you click as a save all. And now if you go there, now if you refresh it, perfect. You can see there is a religion loaded, that is our date of birth. Yeah, our calendar is also loaded. So from here, if you want to add any calendar date, you can actually add it, right? Perfect. And also there is another form for the discount. So now from here I get that our discount, I get some of the data, and there is a assign. So into the from to the assign, I want to get all that our year, I want to get all that our classes, and also I want to get all that our group. So if you want to get this data, so that will be all that selected from, and also here we have to load all that our data, right? So first of all I want to design it like that is our religion, and that is our row third. So I better copy everything again. Sorry, that is actually our and row third. I copy it, and after this, as I told you friend, that will be very long one of the form. So that is our started, that will be the fourth. Okay, fourth, and then that will be and this fourth. So that is our and fourth row. Okay. So now friend, here only we need actually this one. That means that will be always, that means that will be all that I will actually select from. So better I copy this call for. Okay, I copy this call for. Also here I updated this call for. Here also I updated this call for. Okay. So first of all, here I want to visible our name, that will be as year. Okay, that will be the year, and then that will be the select year. And here also you have to load all that our year, because of all I have already created the code application for the year, right? And you can see, as I told you, everything is connected. So now also here I want to load that class, and that will be as our selected class, and then class, and then the group. I also want to take that as a group. Okay, that will be the group, and that will be as a selected group. So as I told you friend, I have already created every code application. If you go to our setup management, you can see there is a student year, student class, student group, student shift, everything I have already created. So if you go to our student year, into the student year, you can see I have already created some of the year, right? So now I want to load all that our data. I want to load all the data. So before do that work, I want to click the save all. And now if you go and click the refresh, Yeah, you can see that is our all that year should be loaded, all that our class should be loaded, all that our group will be loaded, which I have already created in particular that area, right? So now I want to get all the data, and I also have to pass it in our this add page. For the reasons we have to work in our this controller. Into the controller I pass this data, right? So that is our student registration and that is student add. So here I want to pass all that our data, that means all that our table data I want to pass. So that will be same. I copy it and paste it. Okay, I take on the array and I name it as a years. Okay, I name it as years, and then for the years I have already created on the model. Our model for the years, that is actually that is our student year, right? So now I copy this model. So with this model I want to get all that our data. Perfect. I also want to display as a classes. Okay, I name it as a classes, one of the variable, and then our class module. So for the classes I have also created as a student class. So I copy it. So that will be as actually our student class. So with this student class I get all the data, and then I want to get that groups data. Okay, I name it as one of the variable, as a groups variable, and then student group. From our student group, where exactly you can see that is our student group. So with this student group I want to get all the data from our student table, that means student group table. Okay, and then I want to add that shift also. Okay, I name it as a shifts, and with the shifts that will be our another model as a student shift. I copy it, and then that will be as a student shift. Perfect. So I get all that our data from our student year table, I get all the data from our student class table, student group table, student shift table, and I take the things with this variable, that will be our array. I simply pass this array, right? So here I simply pass this array. So now we can actually access all that our table data in our student add page, and also make that sure you use all that model. So that will be same. I copy it. Okay, I put one of the space for you. So that is a model into the model area. That is all that our model. So we have to load this student year model. I have to load 4 of this model, that is a student class model, and I have to load that student group model. Also I have to use that our student shift model. So make that sure you add every model. Okay, so with this model we get all the data. So now we can actually use it. So if you want to use it in our student add page, that means that is our student add page. So that is our year, right? So here only we have to add one of the for each. So better I close it. So that will be one of the for each. I think you already know what exactly the things you have to do, and also you have to end that for each and for each, right? That will be as the and for each. So now I pass our year data, or I pass that year data as years. I copy it. That will be as a for each with this variable as years as year. Okay, I name it as year. So now with this year we have to first of all display our value. Our value will be our years table ID, right? So I simply want to add that with this years. I want to access our this years table ID. Okay, friend, and then I want to visible that name. Our name will be with this years. I want to visible that name. It means if you now go to, I show you, then everything very clear to you. Like I just click open, that is our database, and if you go here, you can see I have already created one of the database table as a year. You can see that is a student year. So into the student year, I want to display this student year name, and that is actually our ID. Okay, that is our value. Our value will be with this year. I want to access that our years table ID, and that will be our name. Perfect. Now click as a save all. And now if you right now don't need this. Okay, so here if you now click as a refresh, so right now all the dynamic data should be loaded. Yes, you can see it's now perfectly getting all that our year. Okay, whatever the year I have created, in particular this student year, and now all that year is now loaded, right? And also I want to apply the same condition for the classes and same condition for the group. Now let's do that work. Better I copy this for each. Okay, I copy this for each. And now that will be for our classes. So here I don't need this, I simply paste it. Only one option will be needed. And for the classes, I have passed that name as a classes, so that will be as a classes as class. That will be as a class, and with this class I want to display our this class table ID and then this class table name. Okay, that is the name field. And also same for our group, I copy and paste it, and from here I pass at a groups, so that will be as a groups, and then I make it as a group. Okay, groups and group, and with this group I want to display our this ID and then name. Now click as a save all, and now go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, our ER is successfully loaded, our all that class is successfully loaded, all that our group is loaded, right friend? And also here we have to add another field for the shift, right? And also we have to add another field for the image. That means this is student image. So better I want to do and to continue this process. In our next video I will complete our this total add student page. Okay, I don't want to make this video so much long, so better I want to continue this process. In our next video I will complete it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.